Thank you for staying tuned. The death toll from a series of brazen attacks on churches and synagogues in Russia's mainly Muslim region of Dagestan rose to 19 on Monday after gunmen went on the rampage in coordinated attacks in two of the republic's most important cities. The Caspian city of Makhachkala, about 125 kilometers north, gunmen with automatic weapons burst into an Orthodox church and a synagogue in the ancient city of Derbent, setting fire to an icon at the church and killing a 66-year-old Orthodox priest, Nikolai Ketolinkov. A total of 15 policemen and 4 civilians lost their lives, while 5 of the attackers were also killed. Dagestan has announced 3 days of mourning. And for more on this, I'm joined by our international correspondent, Afua Hagan. Afua, can you give us some details to this attack?
Attacks that took place over the weekend, armed militants attacking 2 Orthodox churches, 2 synagogues and police officers across 2 cities. The counter-terrorism operation in response to these attacks, I've been told, has ended, but the number of victims remains unclear. Now, most of those victims are thought to be police officers. There is 1 priest thought to be amongst the victims as well. Now, earlier on, reports have suggested that 9 people have been killed and 25 injured, and that death toll is now rising as well. Attackers set fire to the synagogue after shooting and killing police officers guarding it. They killed the priest, who was the only confirmed victim before the death toll started to rise. The gunmen also opened fire at a traffic police post, according to state media reports there as well.
But then, has any group taken responsibility yet?
Well, not yet. No group has taken responsibility for the attacks. Now, the attack on the Crocus concert hall that took place in Moscow earlier on this year, that was affiliated to ISIS-K, thought to be an offshoot of the ISIS organization that claimed 140 lives and was one of the most audacious terror attacks to take place in Russia in recent years. Now, it's thought that people think that there's gunmen with adherents of international terrorists to them. Like I said, the operational response to this has ended, but they are looking for sleeper cells. It's thought that there could be the involvement of sleeper cells there. Now, this mayhem, as it's being called, is highlighting long-running religious tensions in Russia, particularly in the southern Caucasus region, which includes Dagestan, which has a high Muslim population as well. A priest said that it was no coincidence that this attack took place on the day of Orthodox Christians where they observe Pentecost. Like I say, there is no details of the attackers, but there is inference that there could be other factions involved: Islamic State, possibly the Ukraine, and possibly the West as well. Like with the Crocus City concert hall attack, initially, Russia said without evidence that it could be the West or it could be the Ukraine. And those kind of rumors are flying around about this attack also.
Well, we understand that security in Russia is under scrutiny. I mean, could Russia's war with Ukraine be splitting their focus from homegrown security issues?
Well, it does seem that the war in Ukraine is having an effect on homegrown security, absolutely. Like I said, this took place in Dagestan, a region that does have a high Muslim population and has experienced high tensions because predominantly a lot of the people in that area have been drafted to fight in the war. And so they feel that they have perhaps been unfairly, disproportionately mobilized to fight. So you have that issue. But also the other war that's happening at the moment, Israel-Gaza, has meant that Jewish communities around the world and in Russia, therefore, have been under scrutiny and under attack. There was an attack in Dagestan earlier on this year where a plane that landed, which was full of Jewish people, was attacked. It was stormed in some sense as well. And so there is a feeling that issue, the Israel-Gaza war, along with the spotlight being on the Ukraine war, along with these people being disproportionately mobilized to fight, means that homegrown security issues are mushrooming in Russia at the moment. The Jewish community, certainly, and the Christian community are definitely rattled by these attacks. But like I said, the claims are that these could be organized by foreign actors, whether that is Ukraine, ISIS, ISIS-K, or indeed the West.
Thank you so much for your correspondence, Afua Hagan, our international correspondent.